So there's an old saying, it's better to give than receive. How many of you think that you would rather be the person that's giving help? Raise your hands. This is a scientific study we're doing. Okay, and we're not taking any names, so you can answer the next question honestly. How many of you would rather be on the side of receiving that information or help or money or whatever it is? Okay, a few people are honest. So the question really is do you believe that it is better to give than receive? Well, if we think about what some of the experts have said, Adam Grant, who's a professor at Wharton, wrote a best-selling book in 2013 called Give and Take, and it's not a coincidence that that's the same name as our company, which I'll explain in a second. But Adam had a great quote in the book, "The more I help out, the more successful I become." And think about that, the ability to be successful by helping others. So the story on Adam is he's a really smart guy, youngest tenured professor ever at Wharton, the most popular professor at Wharton, but we know where it all came from. He's a Michigander, grew up in Michigan, and actually got his PhD here at Michigan, so we know why he's doing so well. But he, along with Professor Wayne Baker at Michigan and Cheryl Baker, who's a respected social scientist, basically co-founded the company called Give and Take. So what do other people think about it? Let's go back in history a little bit. If we think back to Martin Luther King Jr., he made the statement, "Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness." Strong words, right? A little bit further back, Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." Now, these guys are dedicated to public service, so you would expect that they are all about giving. But what Adam and Wayne's research has shown is that when you're a giver, it not only helps you personally, it helps you professionally, and will have a great positive impact on your company. So in Adam's book, he talks about a couple of concepts. One of them is that there are givers, matchers, and takers. So givers are the ones that give, right? And there's three reasons that people generally will give. One is some are very selfless. It's all altruistic. They really want to help others. Other people give because they love the gratitude they get back. Saying thanks when someone helps you is important, and it makes the people that they provide that help feel really good about it. Some people give because of reputation. They want to be known as the good guy, the person that helps everybody. And all three are good and valid reasons to give. Adam also came up with another fourth category called a faker. So a faker is someone that you think is a giver because they seem to help out, but it's always what it's all about for them, right? So for those folks, we don't list them up here because we don't really want any fakers. Matchers, those are the people that will, you do something for me, I'll do something for you, right? Tit for tat, quid pro quo, however you want to say it. They're okay. And then you've got the takers. Takers are the ones that no matter what will be successful. They will try to be successful. They will kick you. They will spit on you. They will step over you, to anything to get past you and to beat you, right? So again, these three kinds of types of people is how it all breaks down. One of my favorite sayings that I've ever had in my life is, know what you know what you don't know, and know when to ask for help. Asking for help. Let's think about that for a minute. Asking for help is where all this starts, right? So when you ask for help, that's a really good thing. When you have other people there that are willing to give you help, then it becomes a great thing. And that unlocks creativity, it unlocks innovation, it makes you productive, it makes everybody perform better. So why? Let's think about why. Why do we want to be asking for help? We all grow up with a stigma, especially as we get into the corporate world, that don't ever go to your boss with a problem, go with a solution. That's upside down. But we all think that, right? So we want to be able to ask for help for a couple of reasons. First of all, there's this stigma, don't ask for help. Usually we think that we will show a weakness or we'll show that we're stupid or don't know what we're doing when we're asking for help. But ultimately, asking for help is a sign of strength, not a weakness. And it's a sign of strength because what you're doing is you're putting the project you're working on or the company you're working for or the customer you're serving ahead of your own ego. It's more important that you get the right information, the right answers, and help you solve that problem. So when we ask for help, we're actually showing a great strength. We're saying that the project or the company that I'm working on or the customer I'm serving is more important than my own ego. Really, really powerful. Why be a giver? Well, we know that all the positives, the reasons why people do give, but giving is also an incredible attribute for leadership. There's a concept called servant leadership, which is very different than traditional leadership. In traditional leadership, think of a pyramid and the leader's on top, and everybody underneath him is there to serve him. That's how things normally are. Servant leadership is you turn that pyramid of power upside down, and the leader is there to support everybody else. And this unlocks a lot of power within organizations. When you can get people to collaborate and to help each other, it's really, really powerful. So there's a couple of really solid reasons why we want to be a giver, and an incredible amount of reasons why we want to ask for help. So what if you could create an environment where people weren't afraid to ask for help? What if you could create an environment where everybody was willing to be a giver and help others? It all starts with asking for help, and that's the key. But what if we could create an environment that made that easy? Well, you can. Givitas is a purpose-built platform solely for the purpose of seeking help and giving help, to help expand that knowledge collaboration and to help you increase your social capital. So when you think about human capital, that's the skills and talents we have. Social capital is the relationships we have and the resources we bring together. So my closing statement to you guys would be, make sure you ask for help. It's a powerful thing. It makes you solve your problems quicker. And most importantly, you'll never know what kind of information you can get and what kind of help you can get unless you ask. Thank you.